Hi, I'm Scott Feinberg, awards analyst for The Hollywood Reporter, and I'm here with Todd McCarthy, our film critic, for a preview of the Cannes Film Festival. And in this video, we want to ask Todd what movies he's most excited to see at the festival. So what's your take on Gatsby generally, since that's the first movie people hear about?
Well, look, the festival's reputation is always to have some film that really doesn't deserve to be in the competition, but it's a big deal film, a lot of stars and so on. I actually liked Great Gatsby more than a lot of people. It's proving to be a film that everyone is taking easy shots at. It's easy to do that. The Great Gatsby has never been adapted really successfully in another medium. And for my money, this is an interpretation. I mean, it's a really interesting interpretation.
Who is this Gatsby?
You go in knowing it's going to be over the top. And I have a lot of problems with the film, but I think he was true to the core of what Gatsby is, so I'm actually more in favor of the film than against the film.
It's perfect.
For the festival, look, it's a big, expensive, gaudy film. Baz Luhrmann is a Cannes favorite, going back to the beginning with Strictly Ballroom, and also Moulin Rouge was an opening night film. So it's a fit. It's not like something out of left field for Cannes. And then you've got all the stars. So that's what it's all about.
What I want to pick your brain about are movies that you're most looking forward to seeing. And so I've gotten this list from you in advance, and I just want to prompt you to explain why. To begin with, Inside Llewyn Davis. Let's start there.
Well, look, first of all, it's Coen Brothers. Coen Brothers have a fantastic track record at Cannes. No Country for Old Men, of course, went on to win the Oscar, and Barton Fink won practically every award that Roman Polanski's jury saw fit to pass out that year. Blood Simple started in Cannes at the Directors Fortnight many years ago, so they have a long tie with Cannes. I'm excited about this film. It's a scene that a lot of people are really interested in, and the Coen Brothers can be guaranteed to have their own unusual take on this kind of material.
And do we know, is it straight drama or comedic elements? Do we have any idea?
I think it's a smaller film. I don't think it's a big film the way No Country or Brother Where Art Thou. I think it's a little bit more on the level of, say, Barton Fink or Serious Man, but you know, it's not going to be what people expect.
Okay.
I should have had you wear double condoms. You should be wearing condom on condom and then wrap it in electrical tape.
Another one in there is The Past.
There's always great anticipation after you've made a film as terrific as Separation, winning the Oscar, you know, being an international hit at every film festival and doing very well. Now, this is a French film. It's not an Iranian film. That creates mixed feelings in me. This is a film, by the way, that Marion Cotillard was going to be in, and then she, I think it was part of her pregnancy and so on, she just called off filming for quite a while. And so, actually, the star of Berenice, she's the star of it. And look, we're all looking forward to it very much. But I think it's, again, it's going to be a change of pace for him.
Let's talk about The Immigrant. James Gray, they love him more in France than here, it seems.
I tell you, James Gray is a phenomenon.
Yeah.
He's been in competition a couple of times. He's been on the jury. He's one of the big American directors in France. And I think he has yet to really have a major hit in the United States. And this is a film he's been working on for a long time. And we saw a little bit of it. He showed about a 5-minute clip with Marion Cotillard. He's one of the stars of the film, along with Joaquin Phoenix and Jeremy Renner. Very interesting. Now, this is also a change of pace for him because it's a period film about immigrants in the 1920s in New York City, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
Blue is the Warmest Color. This is a lower profile film than some of these others. Tell us about Blue is the Warmest Color.
Well, Kashish is an interesting director. His last two films, The Secret of the Grain and Black Venus, to me were very interesting. They're not told the normal way that we expect for even French films, American films, but I don't know anything about this film. But Kashish has impressed me sufficiently with his last two films to make me look forward to this very much.
And also won the César for Games of Love and Chance about a decade ago, and Léa Seydoux, I think, is the star. So people who saw Midnight in Paris or Mission Impossible, they'll recognize her. Here's one that, to me, I think it's on every list. Nebraska, Alexander Payne, right?
Alexander Payne has basically made nothing but good films his entire career. The script has been around since right after About Schmidt. It's a road trip from Montana to Lincoln, Nebraska, where he's from. It's black and white, and it stars Bruce Dern as this old guy accompanied by his son on this road trip with stops along the way. Look, I think we all expect quite a bit from Alexander Payne whenever he steps up to bat, and on that basis, very much looking forward to it.
Absolutely. The Great Beauty, what can you tell us about that?
Well, that's Paolo Sorrentino, who had a really good film in the competition maybe 3 years ago, Il Divo.
Yes.
And all I know about this film is it's conceived as sort of a contemporary echo to La Dolce Vita.
Wow.
So that's enough for me.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yes. We got James Franco, writer, director, and star of As I Lay Dying. Is that, what's the draw there?
I don't know where this guy finds the time. I mean, every 5 weeks he's got some new project. I didn't even know this film existed until it was announced for Cannes. And It's an adaptation of a William Faulkner novel, and not one of Faulkner's longest, most difficult novels, although it's not easy. It's a novel that's told in different voices, and it's going to be interesting to see, other than just, unless he adapts in a very straightforward narrative way, if he attempts to do something about the storytelling technique of the film, will be interesting. But you know, how long it took him to write the script, I don't know. I don't know where his money comes from. Every time he wants to do something, he just does it.
He does it. He's probably got a PhD since the last one. And
well, that's just it. Maybe this is his PhD thesis film. You know.
Now I'm going to butcher this, but Les Saludes is Claire Denis.
Les Salauds.
Yes, Les Salauds.
Yeah, it's the bastards, the bad guys. I mean, the dirty guys. Something like, you know, however you want to translate it. And I've heard that visually it's an extraordinary, striking film. Narratively,
we'll see.
Maybe for some tastes and not for others, but she's got quite a bit of following in France and with critics in the United States.
Yeah.
And so everyone will be curious about
Absolutely.
this. I don't know what it's about.
Robert Redford's first sort of real starring role in a while, All Is Lost.
People who haven't seen it are describing this as kind of the non-CG, non-fantasy Life of Pi. I mean, it's like one guy on a raft or on a boat, I don't know what he is, and God knows what it's like. And Redford hasn't, it's true, he hasn't really taken a challenging role in someone else's film for quite a long time.
Yeah.
You know, he used to take so long between projects and be very careful about his image, but I think he's kind of letting it go now that he's in his late 70s, and I'm really looking forward to this to see what it could possibly be.
Finally, there's two movies that are special screenings, and both, as I understand it, are documentary style. To begin with, Jim Toback's Seductive Abandoned, which is sort of meta Cannes, right? This is...
Yeah, it's a film about Alec Baldwin and James Toback going around Cannes trying to raise money for a film that they actually intend to make.
Yeah.
And so they're hustling money from every place, from the richest people in the southern France. I mean, really the richest, and they go to their estates, they go to their private homes, they go to their parties, trying to get money from these guys who have billions of dollars. On the other hand, they're trying to hustle down in the Cannes market in the basement of the Palais with, you know, Avi Lerner and guys like that. So it's a very interesting mix from the top to the bottom. There's access that you get in this film that no one else gets. It could be, if it lives up to everything I think it is. It could be a really fascinating film.
Well, we're excited because we are going to follow James Toback on the day that he premieres this movie, so it's going to be meta.
Excellent.
But, well, finally, Muhammad Ali and Stephen Frears are not two people I would immediately think in the same sentence, but what's going on here?
Well, of course, this is about when they took away his heavyweight crown because of his refusal to join the army and go to Vietnam. And this is viewed as a political act against him and so on, and it worked its way through the course. And he didn't have his title for something like, and didn't fight for 2.5 years, robbed him of perhaps the prime of his fighting life. Of course, he came back and had an amazing second half of his career, but still, it was an amazing thing that I don't think younger people today are fully aware of. You know, I lived through that and followed it, and I was a big Ali fan at the time. It was extraordinary. I hope Frears is the right guy to tell this fantastic story.
Well, it sounds exciting, and we'll look for Todd's reviews at thr.com and obviously in print. And thank you very much for previewing it for us. Appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you.